everybody? Welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and I really want to talk about a bit of news that's been circulating since yesterday, I would say. Maybe, but I've seen a lot of people talking about it today. Some scoopers and other people, Armies on the comic cast. There's been some people talking about this, and I saw this earlier today, but I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was just something, it's something that comes out all the time, which is Disney might be purchasing DC. Now, when you say that, your mind kind of explodes. You're like, wait a minute, Disney has Marvel. Could they seriously purchase DC? Turns out that Discovery, the whole big deal that Warner Brothers just had, that AT&T, just had with Discovery to pretty much shoulder the burden of Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers' whole entertainment, empire, HBO Max, the whole 9 yards, because basically it wasn't as profitable and it wasn't as worth it. Like, literally, AT&T is essentially slowly trying to pawn off Warner Brothers. Like, that's how bad things are at HBO Max and at Warner Brothers, that fucking AT&T basically wants to just pawn them off, because AT&T has basically kind of come to the conclusion this ain't worth it. They spent a lot of money to get on Warner Brothers and everything and all their assets, because they thought that there was some money to really be made here. It has not panned out. It is not working out. They thought HBO Max would be much bigger than what it is. Like, they thought HBO Max, like, Disney Plus has got 109 million subscribers. Did it in about like a year and a half. HBO Max has been around it's been around for a while now. It's getting there. Like, well, how long has HBO Max been around? Like 9 months? Something like that? 8-9 months? And HBO Max alone, on its own, only has like 20, maybe 20 million subscribers. Then you add the regular HBO people on, and then you got something a little higher than that. But HBO on its own has like 20 million subscribers. So, like, they thought that HBO Max, I'm thinking they thought HBO Max was going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 60, 70 million. Like, right now. 60, 70 million. They'd be behind Disney, but not that far. But clearly the money isn't to be made there as quickly as they would like to. I've said before that I think, although I'm not going to pay $15 to go get HBO Max, and I know they got a little cheaper thing, but, regardless, I wasn't going to pay $15 to go get HBO Max until they start having stuff on there that I actually really had to go see. And I said it before a long time ago, even though I'm, a Marvel guy / kind of Disney guy, I said it before. I was like, eventually I'm going to have to get HBO Max, because there's going to be so many movies coming out that I like, that I enjoy, that I'm into, that are owned by them, that it would just be easier to just get HBO Max. So eventually I was going to always get HBO Max. And maybe then I would have watched the Snyder Cut and everything, but eventually I was going to get it. But clearly AT&T didn't think it was worth keeping around. Struggles with other things, like the backlash they got. Basically, AT&T bought them, and the world fell apart with this COVID thing. AT&T basically said, you know what? This ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. We thought it was. Let's try to sell off and get as much money off this as we can. And Discovery's like, we'll take it. But it seems like, from what I'm hearing, from what I'm reading, Discovery just wants Warner Brothers assets so that they could sell them off. Like, so they could sell off all the Warner Brothers assets for money. They don't actually want the product. They don't actually want Warner Brothers and, like, everything underneath Warner Brothers, the cartoon shows, the DC Comics and DC, all the stuff they're going to get. They don't actually want all of those things to use them, to do something with them. They want them to sell them off. So it made me go, wow, okay, that's all right. I mean, which means they don't think that it's worth keeping together anyways. Which is kind of sad, because if things are going the way it sounds like it's being talked, Warner Brothers as a studio won't be around anymore. Warner Brothers won't exist, or at least it won't exist in the same capacity that it used to. If things keep going the way they're going, Warner Brothers will kind of end up like Fox, how they just, there are no Fox movies anymore. It's just Fox, the TV network, but you don't see that Fox logo. Like, Fox kind of synonymous with the channel and the news channel, the news in the channel now, not with movies. And 10-20 years from now, children will grow up not knowing that there was Fox ever made movies. And if the way things are going, it's going to happen. The same thing with Warner Brothers. 10, 20 years from now, kids will grow up and be like, Warner Brothers? Like, they will grow up not knowing that Warner Brothers made big movies. Because essentially, like I said, it seems like they plan on pawning off those assets. Discovery plans on pawning off the assets. And one of the assets that seemingly they feel like they want to put up for the bid, want someone to make a deal on, want to sell off, is the DC asset. And I thought, and at first when I saw it, it seemed like they meant, oh, they want to sell the DC Comics to Disney. And I'm like, I don't know, Disney's weird already about their own with the Marvel comic division. I don't know about this, you want to get another entire different comic division in here with Marvel. Like, I'm not sure. But now I'm hearing, when I'm looking around, I'm hearing, no, they want to sell off the entirety of DC to maybe Disney. I say maybe Disney because they said Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and a couple other people are all in there. Like Amazon, Apple, or Netflix. Like I think it's Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Disney. Those are the 4 competitors who Discovery wants to sell DC to. Now I think it would be. This is gonna sound shocking coming from me. I don't want DC to go to Disney. I don't want DC to go to Disney. I think it'd be better if they went to another one of those other studios where they are the crown jewel. I don't know if I want them to go to Amazon either, because Amazon's kind of weird right now. They kind of got their own thing going with all these other, niche comic book things that maybe DC would kind of overshadow some of the stuff they're trying to build, which means I think they should go to Apple or Paramount. Something like that. Apple, like somewhere like that. Somewhere where they can get loved. Somewhere where they could be the apple of the creator's eye. Because if they go to Disney, I hate to say this, as much as I dig a lot of Disney, if they go to Disney, even in the best circumstances, if Bob Iger was still there, they would be second tier citizens. I mean, because Marvel's so big and has made so much money for Disney that it'd just be like, okay, we got these other superheroes. It's DC. There are these huge big superheroes and huge big stories, but what that mean to us? Yeah, we'll go do something. Like it'd be like, I don't know if it would get the same attention as it would get if it was the crown jewel of another studio. So I don't really want it to go to Disney. Not to mention, I don't think it will at all anyways, because Bob Iger isn't there. If Bob Iger was still running Disney, I would say that this is there's like a 50-50, I'd say it's a 50-50 chance that Disney might buy DC. But because Bob Iger's all about buying IP, pushing the IP, buying the IP, pushing the creators in the IP. Whereas Chapek, then Bob number 2, doesn't seem like he's about that. So I highly doubt he'd be willing to put too much money in on it. Not to mention Disney did just spend like $70-something billion on acquiring Fox's assets. So I don't know how much money they got loose playing with. And the pandemic and whatnot. Now, if the pandemic hadn't happened, and all the parks and stuff was open and everything was moving, smoothly, maybe I could see them doing that. But so much has happened. So many people are hurting. I don't know if Disney is in the position to try to make a run at buying DC. I don't think Bob number 2 wants to buy DC, and I don't think they should buy DC, because DC should go somewhere where they could be the complete Apple of whatever they are. They go to Disney, they will be completely overshadowed by Marvel, because just like plain and simple, Marvel has made more money, is more profitable, is more bigger of a brand at this moment. I don't want to be a dick here, but that's just what it is. Marvel's a bigger brand right now. And would you want to bring in another brand to compete with your brand? It just doesn't quite, make a lot of sense. So that'd be like if they bought Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would you buy Star Trek? You want Star Trek and you're gonna have it competing with Star Wars? It just like it would just be kind of problematic. So I kind of hope that if this is true, if these rumors are true, that DC does get bought by maybe maybe one of Apple, Paramount, another one of those studios. Studio in need of superheroes, big time superheroes. Paramount, Peacock, something like that. Yeah, some studio who could really use a big superhero tempo thing to like back everything on. Get new eyes on it, get new people under it. Honestly, it's actually kind of a good thing. There's been jokes in my comment section and other people's comment section about DC, Warner Brothers selling the rights to DC, and it seems like by the time, like not too long from now, might be a year or two, might be 3 years from now, but DC will be under new management. DC will be under a new banner. They will be somewhere else. They won't be under Warner Brothers, under AT&T, or under Discovery. And who knows where they'll be, but, you know, hopefully wherever they move to, things can get better. I highly doubt whoever takes it wants to reboot the Snyder Cut or gonna restore the Snyder Cut. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take that opportunity to reboot and be like, yo, man, look, we ain't had nothing to do with that. We're doing our own thing. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna take that opportunity to do that. Especially if it's Disney. Disney's gonna be like, reboot the Snyder Cut. That's what Disney's gonna say. But whoever it is, hopefully they do a good job. And like I said, it's not like it's a done deal yet. It's just rumors and stuff out there by reputable sources. And, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, might be something, might not be anything. We really won't know for a couple years. Regardless if this is true. You won't know about it for years. I'm telling you, if this is real, you won't know about it till like 2025. Like I'm telling you, you won't know about it until like 2025, man. You won't know about it about 4 years from now. And one day we'll just be like, holy shit, did Superman did they just do a comic where Superman just showed up and sucker punched Thanos in the face? And it's gonna blow up and I'm like, whoa, what's happening? What's happening? I don't know. Maybe that'd be a good way to reboot the kickstart. You know, kind of bring more energy to the comic book world, at least for a short period of time. As if Marvel and DC combined. Like what would that even look like though? I don't even know. Like what would a Marvel and DC world that's combined together, that's merged together, even look like? I don't want it to happen, but man, at the same time, there's a part of me that's fascinated by it. But at the same time, there's a purist in me that's like, no, keep them separate, keep them separate, keep it out, keep your yolk out, keep it out, all right? Keep your chocolate out of my peanut butter, just keep it away. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. What would you say? What would your thoughts be if Disney bought DC? Like, what would you, okay, comment below. Do you want Disney to buy DC? What would you think if they bought DC? And if not Disney, what studio, name the studio that you think would be better suited to, you know, take care of DC? I think it's gotta be like Paramount or or Peacock, you know, Peacock, something like that. One of those other studios, Paramount, Peacock, one of the other studios that needs it. I don't know, like maybe Apple. Apple could use it to get some eyes on there buying the DC. I think that would get eyes on there. But I don't think Disney should. But if they did, it'd be fucking nuts. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe. Man, times have changed, don't they? Man, it was only like 20 years ago. DC was talking about buying Marvel. Anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you in the next one.